crystal meth is still a big problem in the gay community and often leads to unprotected sex or moments of, your caution goes out the window. Um, and so the connection between the two was so clear to me that I really wanted to get that message across for sure.
Did you have, I mean, this is neither here or there. I'm just curious. Did you have like a plan? Not that it's anyone's business, but like to like reveal this at some point? Like, were you just like, wait, I'd like to reveal this. I don't know the vehicle to do so. I mean, you could have found other vehicles. Of course, Oprah's, I don't think there's any better.
Mhm.
Like, was there a timeline for this if this didn't happen with Oprah, or was it just like, it just
Um,
kind of all happened
yeah, I
together?
think there would have been a timeline. I wasn't focused at all on creating a timeline. I was too busy at the time managing PF Chang's in Vegas. Like I was just not even on that realm of thought. And so it was really just a back of the mind sort of one day something's going to come around that'll be just the right moment for it. But yeah, no, years earlier I had said that if I were to ever do it, it would only be for Oprah because I couldn't imagine anyone else doing it as professionally and as thoughtfully and as with as much gravitas as she did. I can't even picture anyone else. So
I mean, she is the best. So,
yeah, yeah, by far.
so after that, like when it was released, was that just like now you breathe, like that's it? It's all out there.
Yeah,
Was it, or am I just being too dramatic in this like before and after?
no, you have no idea how good it feels to be able to just there is nothing the world doesn't know about me. That's the strangest feeling and especially now getting into the business and being received as well as I have been and getting a gig a Christmas movie on Lifetime. Everyone knows who I am and what I've been through and who I am and what I stand for and they still hired me. It just feels really great. And I cherish the idea that I just don't have to live any secrets and still get to show off my talent as an actor again. It is the ideal, and I wish more celebrities who are gay or who might be dealing with that would realize that we're out here and we're doing it. I mean, gosh, we're doing it. And the waters are warm. What is that the phrase? What's the phrase?
I
The
th- I think the waters are warm makes
come on
sense.
in, the water's fine. Now that's what it is. Yeah.
I mean, why? Well, to that point, right? Lifetime is very in, listen, they have actually LGBTQIA content. Right. They know, I mean, you're out and proud and you're hired for a Christmas movie. And unless, what do you think about Miss Candace Cameron's recent statements?
Oh gosh. Well, I was disappointed in the way she treated me when I was on The View. Have you seen that interview?
No.
You need to go watch it. You will walk away from it feeling very angry.
How did she treat you? I mean, I'm going to watch it anyway. I'm just curious.
Poorly. She basically said, "Do you take responsibility for getting HIV because you were living a promiscuous lifestyle?" And, turned on the spot to my husband and said, "Do you have unprotected sex with your husband?" I mean, it was horrifying. It was one of the lowest moments of the journey I had after coming out to Oprah. Um, and so it's not surprising to me that she's taking this stance with Christmas movies that she's going to be involved in, but it is very disappointing. She, you know, we've been in this business together, and like I said about Tony, she must have tons of people in her life that are LGBTQ plus, at least from her past, and how she got to this place is just a little concerning to me, and it's almost like she went backwards in a way. And I don't know if that's her brother or her family. I don't know where any of that stems from, but it's definitely disappointing. I think she could be an incredible ally if she would just break away from all of, well, I guess it's religious based, right? Her sort of views on religion and the world are very tied together. So if she could, open herself up again, um, she would be a great ally. But
I
that's not going to happen
agree.
anytime soon.
It is shocking in the sense that I know people that are very religious and tied to the religion and still, they separate it. They're just like, all my friends are gay. I mean, I mean, her, to me, it seems extreme, her and her brother.
But yeah, and that's why I'm wondering. Like, I don't know enough about her backstory to know, but I feel like her brother, because her brother has become like ultra extreme, and has he worn off on her? Maybe she sort of made him that way, or we always fall back onto the concept that it might be, maybe it's their parents. Their parents are all so entrenched in that, and kids have a hard time breaking away from their parents. And if your family is really pushing this on you, then you're going to take it on, and then suddenly you take it on, like Kirk, of course, and he's got millions of people. Well, I don't know if it's millions, but he's got a lot of people who very much follow his belief, a set of beliefs. And so suddenly he's empowered in that feeling, and there's no way out of that, right? So I don't know. It's just disappointing either way, that's for sure. So I will say I'm incredibly proud of Lifetime for continuing to show representation of all kinds, not just LGBTQIA plus. I still can't say that one. LGBTQIA plus.
Some
I'm old
people
school.
don't.
When I
Some
came
people,
out, it was LGBT. Like,
some people don't use the plus. I'm like a big. I like using the plus, but not.
well,
I
the
think
plus just covers everything else.
it's everything.
I was thinking the other day, I really feel like we need to come up with a new phrase, because the lettering is just confusing, and leads to, oh gosh, I didn't say them all. you know uh so I was trying to think of something last week, and I couldn't pinpoint anything that wouldn't end up putting us into other territory. Like, the first thought was uh people on the sexual spectrum. That seems all encompassing, right?
Yeah, it
But
does.
then the word spectrum is also associated with all kinds of other things, and then would sort of, But I think we need a new phrase, because there's too many letters now.
There's.
I love all the letters. Don't get me wrong.
It's just
But
different.
yeah, and I feel like we could find some really positive way to just say everybody who's on this, circle of sexuality, or whatever you want to call it. I think that would be really cool and all encompassing too.
And you wouldn't have to say so many letters. I'm gonna watch it, but when you were on The View, that was like what with Candace, that was like your low point in this whole journey.
It was hard. I don't actually think it was the low point. The low point for me was the backlash I received from all of the HIV advocates and major storytellers in that realm. The fact that so many of them just immediately came out with distaste, and questioning how I did it and what I said and what my beliefs were on how I got it. And it just, I was really just disappointed that the people I thought would be the first to just come right out and be like, we're so proud of you. This is so great. Welcome. Let's work together and figure out ways to make this better and help people. I quit my job